Hello and welcome to Microplay, my first impression show. This time we're playing The Raven, Legacy of the Master Thief. I believe this is the full name, but don't quote me on that, I can be wrong. The right name will be displayed in the video name, but anyway, if it is the wrong name. Anyway, I got this game thanks to Evolve PR, special thanks to them, and this is a review copy, so I will try this out. I think it's an adventure game, I haven't done anything of it yet. It's a completely first impression, I just started it up and started recording, and that's it, essentially. So let's go to new game. By the way, the music is impressive. Okay, chapter 1. No name, okay. Start game. Alright, so we apparently are on a train, I guess? We'll see. Stating the obvious since 1990.
Thrilled, Miss Pengrave.
The Raven's heir. Soon as one of them's caught, another one takes his place. Hey, Harold, have you read this? Harold? 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 You hear me? This is no time for fun and games.
Shh! Calm down. I'm a copper. We're on the same side.
A copper? What are you doing here? And where's Harold?
Harold? Well, there's another guard back there unconscious. That's probably him. The Eye of the Sphinx. Where is it?
It's there.
Oh, good. Then he hasn't got it yet.
You mean the Raven's heir?
Shh! Turn it off. He's gonna steal the eye.
But how do you know?
Doesn't matter. All that matters is that we catch him. Do you understand?
Yeah, but
Do you understand? You and me, mate. We'll be heroes. All right, now, we just have to...
what?
Halt! Stop! You're under arrest!
Hands up!
I don't have time to play. I'm on duty.
Haha, you're funny. But you don't look like a real cop. You don't even have a revolver.
Oh, okay. So here we are, finally in the game. That intro was actually very good. It kind of reminds me of the older Disney movies. Like, I mean, not the oldest ones, but like in the 90s, you know, and 90s, 80s. Like those movies. I really, really liked it. So I guess we have an option to talk to this guy. Let's ask who is he?
What's your name, boy?
My name is Matthew Miller,
And where are you from, Matthew Miller?
from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. But my mom and I live in England now. She's taking care of some rich old lady. We're on our way to Venice at the moment. We're taking a cruise on a big ship.
Impressive. You've already seen half the world. I've spent my entire life in Switzerland.
Must be really boring.
Toy gun.
And what's with the gun? What do you need it for?
It's the Raven. He was gunned down, so now I need a pistol.
Dead birds don't need guns. Nor do live ones.
You don't know who the Raven is, do you? He's the greatest burglar ever. He stole paintings from the Louvre, and those priceless eggs with gold and diamonds and stuff. And Bobby Dobbs says he replaced the crown jewels with rhinestones.
I know who the Raven was. Although I don't quite buy that bit about the crown jewels.
Okay, burglary in London.
You do know these days there are thieves far more dangerous than your old Raven. 2 days ago, a precious ruby was stolen from the British Museum. There was an explosion. A guard was severely injured.
Really?
Yeah. And do you know what the papers say?
You talk too much, Constable.
Zellner, monsieur. Anton Jakob Zellner.
Or did he pull a gun on you?
No, monsieur.
Get a move on.
Inspector Legrand, it's a great honor to work with a celebrity like you.
We appreciate the support of the Swiss police. But it'd be better if you'd remain seated and keep an eye on things.
I would like to help.
But monsieur, surely I can be of assistance, somehow. I saw a safe being loaded.
We have everything under control. If you'll excuse me, I'll be in the first freight car at the back of the train for the rest of the trip.
I'm not here to enjoy the beautiful scenery. I am a good observer, and I have finally honed powers of deduction.
Thanks to that?
I watched the people on the platform in Zurich. I know, for example, that that man over there is a violinist.
That would be more impressive if there weren't a violin case next to him.
And I believe that the gentleman in the next carriage is a German doctor on his way to Italy to take up a new position.
And what gives you that idea?
There's the rod of Asclepius engraved on his cufflink. And he's carrying a German-Italian dictionary.
Maybe he's just taking a holiday in Italy, following in Goethe's footsteps.
Too much luggage. And no, he's not retiring to Italy either. The suitcases are too shabby for me to believe that he can afford to retire in his late 50s.
All right then, Constable...
Zellner.
Constable Zellner. If you're such a clever fellow, what am I doing on this train?
Oh, I don't know that. I would guess he's guarding something.
I think you're guarding something.
Oh, really? And what might it be?
Don't ask me that. Everything's inside the safe?
I really couldn't say. But it must be very important.
Why is that?
Because you are very important. They wouldn't have assigned the case to you if it were just a trifle.
Let's assume that we really are transporting something very important on this train. And let's assume that it really is my job to see that it arrives safely. Then why isn't the train crawling with police?
Yeah, I wanted to say to not draw attention.
You don't want to arouse attention.
Évident. But why not?
I would guess it's a trap?
It's a trap.
You've got a vivid imagination. I'll give you that. Well, that is impressive, I admit. But the fewer people involved, the better. We'll get along fine without you.
You won't.
Won't? Pardonnez-moi.
I can help, and I will help. You're in my country, and I've been ordered to assist you. And that's exactly what I'll do, whether you like it or not.
Clever and stubborn. Your commitment speaks volumes, Zelna. But this is my show, and I don't need you. Bon voyage.
But how do you know?
Okay. Uh-oh.
Oh, hello.
You cheated.
I did what?
I saw you talking to the German doctor on the platform. He told you everything himself, and you were just pretending to put 2 and 2 together.
And what of it? Do you know who that is? That's Inspector Nicholas Legrand. You have to impress him if you want to work with him.
I'm going to tell on you.
You'd really tell on me? To the very policeman who shot your dear Raven?
Whoa, it was him?
Mm-hmm. Hunted and killed Europe's most famous burglar. That's how he got his start.
I won't tell him a thing.
I wouldn't either. All right, Matthew. I have to do my work now.
Everyone calls me Matt. Well, except for my mom. She calls me Maddie, as if I were a little kid.
Alright, so things are happening
Whether
here.
Legrand wants my help or not, I'll keep my eyes open. Maybe I can change his mind.
Do you want to learn about the game controls? No, I'm good.
All right.
I think I have it. Maybe. Was the worst thing that happened, right? Alright, so here's the thing. As far as I could guess, is that the real Raven is dead. He's gone. That officer killed him. He got famous for that. But there apparently is a new Raven. And we're controlling this guy who is apparently a Swiss policeman. So if I were to be obvious, I would say, hey, he's the original Raven. Would that work? I don't even know. So my guess is, if he was actually the real original Raven that was actually shot by that detective, my guess would be that he is trying to stop the new presumed Raven because he heard those guys, because you could see that he shaked his head when reading the newspaper. Because probably he didn't approve of him hurting the people? That's my guess. That's just my guess. Okay, let's start examining.
Vicarage in the Mirror. A detective novel by my favorite author, Lady Clarissa Westmacott. For years now, I've been trying to convince my theater group to stage one of her plays.
Aww. Alright, there was a door to inspect, so let's do this. I haven't played adventure games in a long while, and I'm saying like...
This is the first car. The coal tender should be directly beyond this door, and in front of it, the engine.
Alright. I haven't played any adventure games ever since... yeah, there was a map to there. Ever since, I guess, Discworld and Curse of Monkey Island. That's the first game, I believe. That was a long while ago. Let's talk to the violinist.
The violinist is a good-looking fellow, and he's traveling through the most beautiful mountain landscape in the world. One can only hope that his violin is better tuned than he.
Yeah, I guess so. He isn't looking very sharp, if I were to say.
Very kind of you.
Oh.
Thanks.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh,
What a scumbag!
pardon me.
No problem. The uniform is waterproof. Mr.
Lucian. Professor Edgar Lucian.
Oh, a professor.
Okay.
Are you a scientist? Do you teach at the Sorbonne?
No, I work at the British Museum in London.
You don't say.
The Burger Museum. Tell me about
So, you were, shall we say, an eyewitness to the burglary 2 days ago?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, no?
There was a lot of commotion, but I didn't really pay much attention to it.
There was a break-in in your museum, and it didn't concern you?
Well, let's just say that nothing that's happened in the last 2,000 years concerns me.
Alright, what do you know about Inspector Lauron?
Whatever you say. The famous Inspector Lauron is on this train. I imagine you know him.
No, should I?
You don't know him? And you also don't know what he's doing here?
No. Why should I?
Just a thought. You're a representative of the British Museum. There's a guarded safe on the train.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're trying to imply. And now, please excuse me.
Destination of his trip? What is it?
May I ask where you are going?
Of course. To Venice.
Everybody
I'm
seems to go there.
going to meet some colleagues there.
Oh, Venice. A beautiful city, so I'm told.
Indeed. But I really have to take my leave now.
Saying anything suspicious?
Just one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Here? On the train? No. I can't say that I have. Although I did spend most of the time in my compartment.
Bye.
I don't want to take up any more of your valuable time, but you do understand, don't you, that what concerns me is the present, and especially the robbery at the museum.
Yeah, of course, of course. It's just... I'm in rather a hurry.
You'll get in touch if you notice anything unusual, won't you, Professor?
Of course, Constable.
Bye.
What's this?
What's the matter, sir?
The door. I can't open it.
Ah, we'll sort it out somehow.
Kick it.
The compartment is locked.
But I didn't lock it. I don't even have a key. I asked the steward. He was going to bring me one, but he never came back.
Someone locked it.
Find the steward. He needs to bring me the key immediately.
Calm down, Professor. I'll see what I can do.
You don't understand. I have to get back in my compartment.
All right, just wait here.
Uh-oh. Something tells me that he is hiding something. Oh, I don't say. He was pretty damn obvious at not being able to hide something, you know? Enter the saloon car. Okay. I really like this style, but I have something to criticize, is the fact that I couldn't say goodbye.
I don't believe it.
Uh-oh.
I never thought I'd ever meet you.
Pardon me, but we'd prefer...
It's all right, Miss Miller. I'd like to speak to the inspector.
Unfortunately, just a constable, Lady Westmacott. I'm reading The Vicarage in the Mirror right now, for the 5th time at least.
That's nice, Constable...
Zellner. Anton Jakob Zellner.
This is my companion, Miss Miller.
A pleasure.
What are you doing here?
May I ask what you're doing here? Are you on holiday?
Holiday? Yes, so to speak. The first and last holiday of my life.
Madam?
I've been writing since I was a little girl. It became my job, and now I've stopped. So, this must be a holiday.
You quit writing? Impossible. I have all of your books. Your Detective Partout is my favorite character.
Then I have bad news for you. I killed the old wretch off years ago.
I don't understand.
I'd rather not discuss my work, Constable.
Oh, well, fine.
Oh, is she like some sort of Agatha Christie? And that would be my guess, at least, you know, an older lady that writes about crime books. And there was supposed to be Detective Poirot there, as mentioned, I guess. Where is she traveling to?
Are you traveling to Istanbul, Lady Westmacott?
No, we are on our way to Venice. From there, we will take a ship to Cairo.
Oh dear.
As you may know, I have a penchant for archaeology. I fund a few excavations in Egypt. I traveled to Egypt by ship as a young woman. And now I'm doing it again as an old woman.
I see.
Okay, so they fixed it up here, because in the previous dialogue with the professor, I couldn't say goodbye to him. I had to use all of my options. So I'm gonna say goodbye right now.
As much as I'd like to keep talking, duty calls.
You were right.
Madam?
I did observe you as you came in. You seemed so eager.
It's been a long time since I've had a chance to prove myself, madam.
And this is it. Your chance.
I do hope so.
Then grab it. Even small people can make big changes, as my friend Ronald likes to say.
I shall do my best.
Oh, she doesn't approve, the lady here, Mrs. Miller. So Clarissa Westmacott. Yeah, probably Agatha. Good old Agatha, or rather, the character that impersonalizes Agatha in this game would be my guess.
Butterscotch. I've loved them since I was a child.
Good for
Their
you.
only drawback, they don't play nice with false teeth.
Now, right now I'm in the first chapter, so it does make sense if there isn't many choices and stuff like that, and many branching choices or anything in particular to do, and just story to learn, you know. But if they did it right, like I like to have my adventure games, then they will have puzzles and such, you know, like the old adventure games. Not like, say, The Walking Dead, which, by the way, is a great adventure game. It's just that it was story-focused rather than puzzle-focused. Dr. Gebhard. Okay, let's talk to Dr. Gebhard. Hello.
Ah, Mr...
Oh,
Zellner.
he's the German.
Right. How can I help you?
Anything suspicious?
Tell me, did you notice anything suspicious here on the train or in Zurich?
You mean, except for the fact that my suitcase was stolen on the platform? No. Is there any reason to be concerned?
No, just routine.
Constable Zellner, please don't think I'm naive. I spotted the inspector from Interpol. Legrand is his name, if I recall correctly.
Legrand.
If you say so. At the train station in Zurich, he put a cash box into the safe, and then kept close watch as it was loaded onto the train. Don't tell me that a man at his pay grade routinely tramps across the Alps just to keep an eye on cash boxes.
A cash box? Like the ones you'd find in safe deposit boxes?
Precisely. And I believe we both have a good idea just what's inside.
Alright, what's the cash box about?
I do indeed have a theory, but what's yours?
A ruby was stolen in London. One of the legendary Eyes of the Sphinx. The second jewel, an emerald, is rumored to be in a Swiss bank vault, if I remember correctly. Both jewels were supposed to be exhibited together in Cairo for the first time in 50 years. It does make one wonder.
And
indeed.
And guess where the lady's going to? Cairo. Okay. Makes you suspecting things right now. Robert and the conductor. Let's say goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen, Dr. Gebhardt.
I really like this game, by the way.
It was a pleasant chat, really.
It's one of those games that, you know, I like games which have gigantic plot twists, like Knights of the Old Republic, the original one, and other games, but it really makes me suspect things that he was the original Raven because he said to the old lady that he had, it has been a while since he could prove himself. So if he was actually shot when the detective from Interpol was at a young age, Legrand, does this mean that he was probably out of, you know, wait, saloon car, freight car? Let's go.
I strongly suspect that the door is locked.
You have to try.
No, it's open.
Told you. Always try, because like 2 days ago, I suspected the door was locked. I couldn't open it.
Oh? Wow.
Don't move a muscle, you feathered fiend.
Put the gun down, Robert.
Alright.
If I may introduce Constable Robert Oliver from the Yard. this is the revered Constable Zellner of the Swiss police, who obviously couldn't control his curiosity.
It was indeed a trap.
Then I was right. You really do want to lure someone into a trap.
That's none of your business.
Perhaps that someone recently struck in London.
And how would I bait my trap then?
With an eye? An eye on its way from Zurich to Cairo?
Someone has done his homework. Well done, Constable.
Alright, so what do you think about the Raven's hair?
What do you know of this Raven's heir?
He tried to blow me up.
Rob,
Ooh, that...
we don't know who we're dealing with yet.
In any event, the new Raven is a more dangerous man than the old one.
Yep.
How do you know it's a man? It could just as easily be a woman.
Or
Yep.
several men.
And anyway, how do you know that it's a new Raven?
Monsieur?
Never mind.
Oh, there we go. He was questioning how could he be the new Raven, how does he know, because he's the old Raven. And why is it a woman? Because it could be the assistant of the writer? Maybe? I don't know. My guess. For some investigations.
I hope you'll acknowledge that I, as a Swiss policeman, can undertake investigations in my own country.
Are we still in Switzerland?
I could be your eyes on the train as long as you're here in the freight car.
Oh, really?
Archaeologist compartment.
There is a certain Professor Lucien on the train. He's an archaeologist from London.
And what's his story?
Well, it seems someone locked him out of his compartment.
Locked him out?
Well, yes. The door is locked and he's standing outside without a key.
Was it locked from inside?
It may have been. Do you think the locked door could be important?
Professor Lucien plays an important role in this story. Well then, Constable Zellner, be my eyes and ears on the train and see that Professor Lucien gets back into his compartment. Report back to me when you're through.
My pleasure, monsieur. I go attend to the door now.
Good. And, Constable Zellner?
Yes?
Don't bother us unless you have something new to report.
Of course. A thief might get anxious if there's too much activity in the freight car.
Exactement. Knock twice. Then we'll know that it's you.
Understood.
Why not, you know, sound the fifth
An
symphony?
investigation on behalf of Legrand that takes me one step closer. If I can convince him of my competence, I might even be able to see this case through to the end.
Alright. I think I'm gonna pause it right now. This is, oh, the ladder. Oh no. Battle on the top of the train as you're about to pass a gallery. God knows. I have a knack for the obvious. I'm going to stop playing here because I want you to play it yourself. If you want to see me play more of this, I would be over-thrilled to do it, really. I really like this game and how it looks right now. I would like to know more about it, so just please tell me in the comment section if you want to see more. You can get it on Steam. I believe it's just about over $20 original equivalent, $20 original equivalent, and it's an adventure game. It's hopefully one of those classic adventure games, but even if it's a story-centered adventure game, I feel like it's a good, well-designed adventure game. I really like the graphic style, and the music is very beautiful and relaxing, and the story seems to have a very intricate plot, to say the least, because you see that I suspect things that one might not suspect normally, or might suspect because, you know, you're having a knack for giant plot twists. And maybe I'm just being an obvious scumbag. Anyway, this has been The Raven, Legacy of a Master Thief, I believe. And not the, as I mentioned at the start of the video. So, please check it out on Steam and anywhere else. I'm going to link it down below in the comment section. And also, if you're interested in other things, you can check my other series. I do some Let's Plays, I do some lore playthroughs, I do some occasional videos of old video games that I've played in the past. That don't happen very often, but yeah, and if you're only interested in First Impression, you can also subscribe just for that. It's called Microplay the Show. So thanks everyone for watching, and until next time, be well. Bye!
This was the Lauron Gaming Show. Thanks for watching.